Hey guys, it's Jackson Fulcher here, and today I have a new segment to do. Someone on my channel, sorry that I forgot the name will appear here, or somewhere down on the screen. They suggested that I started reviewing classic movies like Young Frankenstein. Well, I'm not reviewing Young Frankenstein because it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I watched a movie last night that is from the 80s called Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors features on this guy named Seymour who works at this dead-end job where they try to sell flowers and stuff to people, and he has a crush on his coworker named Audrey, and he hates his boss who runs the entire thing, makes his life kind of miserable, yells at him. But one day, to attract customers in, to get more money for the store so they're not out of the job, he brings up this plant that he has the story about it, and it's pretty funny. And basically, he was at a Chinese place, and he didn't think he looked the entire place. Then he left, but then a total eclipse happened, and then it was there, and he bought it. And it starts dragging people in, but then the plant all of a sudden starts to die and not grow. So he realizes by squeezing in some blood that it can grow. All of a sudden it grows to humongous size and demands that he feeds him people. Now before I get this started, I would like to say that this movie is based off of a Broadway play, so of course there's going to be some musical numbers in there, but by God, this movie is amazing. And I'm not just saying this is the greatest movie of all time, not true, but it's one of the greatest. I mean, the plant, Audrey too, because the Seymour, who found the plant, named it after Audrey 2. Whoa! I mean, it's puppetry, but I don't know what it is. Is it machinery, puppetry? I don't know. But it's incredible to see how the mouth just moves, and it's all this stuff. It is so cool to see that plant. Whenever it was on screen, I felt a sense of fear because that thing was huge, and I felt a little excitement because I wanted to see what it was going to do next. Acting in this movie is pretty good, actually. I like the actors especially. A standout performance by Steve Martin, who plays Audrey's abusive boyfriend / dentist. His role is very short, but he is so funny, and even though he is a huge D-bag in this movie, he's also pretty funny. Whenever he has his jokes, you actually can laugh at it. It's not like he's the biggest evil guy of them all and anything he says isn't funny. He actually does have some funny lines, and it's really well directed by Frank Oz. I mean, he did a great job with this movie, especially with that giant plant. I mean, oh my God, the plant. The musical numbers were also pretty good. I mean, normally in musicals, I always tend to question, well, why aren't they judging him for breaking out into random song? But I was able to let it go for this movie. I mean, it was still there in my mind, but I was able to let it go because they were such good songs. Especially, I'm a big green mother from outer space and I'm bad. It's a great song. The only problem I have with this movie is the way it ends is very, happily ever after. And I'm not going to spoil what happens in it. I'm just saying the way it was shot and actually put out there, very happily ever after, except for a small little twist. And certain things happen before we get to the extremely happily ever after thing that were so oh, that's it? Okay, I guess so. Alright then. Alright, we're good. Kinda. This movie has some great acting, especially from Seymour and Audrey, even though the actress who plays her has to pretend that she has a lisp. I'm sorry. I did not mean to. I'm sorry. But Audrey did a great job with the lisp thing, the actress who played Audrey. I'm sorry for that lisp impersonation. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna give Little Shop of Horrors an A-. I thought this movie was really well made, especially with the plant, but the ending just seemed too abrupt and happily ever after. So if you've ever seen Little Shop of Horrors, leave it in the comments below of what you've thought of it, and if you haven't seen it, see it right away. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.